What's going on out there, YouTube? What's going on here is we're going to do a little unboxing today of a rig that I think the chassis is 3 or 4 years old. The body is probably a year old. It's all new to me and it's all in the box, but it's something that's been out a while. It's kind of I guess my second dive into the real scale world. My first one being my Michigan here, the FMS Rock Hobby YJ Michigan. It's not really a licensed vehicle. It is a Jeep. It doesn't really say anything Jeep on it, but it's a Jeep YJ 80 something. Complete detail. Interior has it's a hard body. Once I figure it out, I'll actually have the steering wheel turning when you turn the wheels. It'll turn back and forth, so a little scale detail there. But what we have here is, let me twitch this. There it is. Look what we've got. So, RC4WD drive, TF2 Trailfinder 2. It's a 1982 Toyota pickup truck. It's funny because some in-laws actually had one. A father-in-law at the time had one of these. It was all just kind of a flat red orange color. It was gutless wonder, but that thing would go anywhere. I mean, honestly, it would just go anywhere. And I was like, dang, I really want that truck. I just couldn't do it at the time. It didn't make sense. Well, now I get me one. Maybe not as big, but anyway, yeah. This is the RC4WD drive Trailfinder 2 little Toyota pickup truck. Apparently it comes in a couple pieces. It comes in 2 colors. I chose the red because I do have quite a bit of blue. Even my real life truck is blue, so we went with red. It's got nothing on that back panel. Well, yeah. So we've got scale everything. Look at those axles. We're gonna get into it. We'll dig in, but oh yeah. Check out the box panels. I suppose that's the proper way to do it. So don't return to the store. Please contact RC4WD Drive and they will hook you up right. When you see stuff like this, some people get skeptical. I feel confident because they would rather deal with the store directly or with the customer directly and solve the problems. If there's an issue, they'll solve it type deal. But this is it in all its glory. Look at that. Look at that. We're going to get into that scaling. It's a great, I think, footprint or starting point for me to really try to play with some scale stuff and just decorate, I guess, because I don't have a 3D printer or anything, so anything I get will have to be purchased or whatever. But I'll be decorating it. I'll get a driver. I have a driver put in it, and upside down. I'm nice like that. Yeah, it's a nice box. A lot of detail on there. So you can do it in Europe or elsewhere. Charge it. RC4WD drive. So they boast their ready to run status. right here, RTR. They should say 100% because it does have the AA batteries that go in the controller. Hardly anybody else does that. We'll get into that when we dig in. Yeah, so that's what the box looks like. Let's dig in. All right, so yeah, we'll get this bad boy open here and see what's inside. So this is my first RC four-wheel drive. I don't really know. I've watched a lot of videos, but I don't know much about them. I was kind of curious where they were made. I don't know that. Guess we'll find out along the way. I have my girlfriend, Mimi, behind the screen, helping me out, yawning. Mm-hmm. We had our Thanksgiving this past weekend, instead of on Thursday, like normal people. We do things different. So we did our Thanksgiving gathering Thursday or Saturday and Sunday, and we're recovering. So, all right, we got 2 boxes. Hey, we got 2 cars.
The struggle is real today. There you go.
All right. Here. Okay. There's more boxes. All right. There. See?
Sounds like a magic trick.
Voila.
Another one.
Empty.
Empty.
We already looked at the panels, so we're good there. See, it's not lying. It's empty. We have front fender liners. Those have been installed. We have front and rear bumpers. They will probably not be installed just for the fact that we have the scale bumpers on it already. We have, it's kind of heavy. Oh, the steering linkage, apparently I have to put that on. Scale mirrors, we can install the mirrors. That's nice. Little bits and doodads. I don't know what's in there. But, yeah. See, I watch these unboxings and stuff. I never actually get to see what's in these things unless you actually buy it. So we have, oh, must be for, I don't know. Yeah. This is battery tray. This, I'm not sure. Oh, this is for the bed. I know what those are. Those are cargo hooks. We have the steering link, extra leaves for the springs. Don't know what those are for, but we'll find out. Probably, yeah. Oh, looks like a hub. Anyway, this is probably a controller. Apparently it's a standard, yep. Looks like Fly Sky. Maybe. Yeah, it looks like Fly Sky. That one's a hard one to drive without a thumb steer. I'm gonna have to look into getting one of those, or 2 or whatever. Yep, nice. Lots of options. Steering trim and all that other good stuff. See that? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, very nice. Very nice. So, get into the. Ooh, look at that. Get into the chassis. So, yeah, we got the engine, actual motor. Ooh, that's heavy. That is heavy. That's got some.
Hefty.
That's got some weight to it. I've heard people complain about RC four-wheel drive, and then I've heard people revert their complaints and say that RC four-wheel drive actually listens and fixes things. So, like there were weak axles that they reinforced. That's what that X whatever on the packaging is. So it's good. Like I said on the packaging, it says, you know, if something happens, don't contact the store. I like that. Contact RC4WD directly. I would rather do that. Oh, good Lord, look at that. That's heavy. Oh.
Wow.
All right. Yeah, look at that. Did it just come out of there? Is it not tied in? Oh, ooh, dang, that's heavy. All right. They did not skimp on the packaging. So, right, with RC4WD, they see RTR on the packaging. You have your battery for the actual vehicle, and you have your batteries for the controller. That's an amazing little addition there. I probably won't use them because it's just cool. It says RC4WD right on them. Battery charger. I'm not going to open that at the moment. We'll wait. Yeah. So this is the TF2 chassis. Yeah, we'll look more into that here shortly. I'm going to get the other part open. Yeah, look at those tires. Yep. Pretty cool. This is RC4WD on the side of the frame. That's thick. That's all. Yeah, that's thick. Anyway, that's what she said. We'll put that here. No, maybe not. All right, we have a sneak peek. Look. That's the underside of the engine compartment, I'm pretty sure. That's what it looks like to me. Like I said, before I get anything, I watch 1,000 videos. That's why I watched 1,002 videos on the building kit. Make sure that that's what this is. Yeah. There we go. And this is the body. Oh yeah, stickers to modify, decorate, whatever. Okay, that's right. We have the stickers. Yeah, I'll probably use the license plates. I might actually use some of the stickers to do my own thing. So they package it really well, I have noticed. It's cool that they have it two separate pieces, I guess. I mean, I don't mind it being all put together, but oh, look at that. Oh, man. All right, then. So we have a RC four-wheel drive Toyota hard body with a, looks like it's got a partial light kit. I don't know about turn signals. I see it doesn't have the signals in the buckets there, but it has the marker lights, which that is amazing. I would rather have that than turn signals. I don't care for turn signals. I might put some parking lights in there to go with that, but Toyota four-wheel drive. Yeah, we'll dig into this a little deeper here. Let's see. So this opens. Okay. Oh, jeez Louise. Check that out. Wow. So, yeah, this is a little dressing kit apparently that comes with the car. That includes the battery, the labeling, the spark plug wires, that good stuff. Master cylinder. Who knows? I'm not a mechanic. That's magnetic. I get it. So, yeah, we'll dig dig into this a little better, and see, the little metal thing is actually coming unstuck. I'll have to squeeze that on there to get that to stick on. Make sure everything's all tight. I've been advised, watching all these videos, to go over the entire chassis to make sure that the bolts are tight. I think it actually says on the box itself to make sure that everything's tight, because we're human, we're not perfect. Yeah, we'll get back to this. Yep. All right. So, yeah, I had to look it up, and Visalia, whatever. RC four-wheel drive is a U.S. based company with imported product. So the idea is here in the U.S. apparently made with products from abroad, is like what we used to like to say in the retail business. Made in China. I don't personally give a shit. I don't mind China. I don't mind China stuff. They haven't done me wrong. Anyway, there's a whole big fucking fight there. Anyway, yeah. What we got is actually a nice little book as far as telling you getting things together in a few different languages. They have a EU little message in here, but it's good. It gives you all the details as far as what the vehicle is, how to get your fender liners on, where to make sure everything is set in a few different languages. Van Schlugenbuch, sprechen die Deutsch? I do not. But yeah, so you can installing the bumpers if you so wish, front or rear bumpers. There they are. Getting the battery in there, putting the battery straps on. So I'll probably should pay attention to that. I should pay attention to all of it. So I'm actually, we're flying through this little thing, but I'm actually going to look at the book, because that's what I do. Look at the book and make sure that I know I'm pretty familiar with the vehicle. Again, that's why I'm especially excited for that bad boy, so that I'm going to learn a lot from assembling a vehicle from scratch. Not from scratch, but from a kit. I will learn a lot. I appreciate this just because it is pretty much assembled for what it is. I'm glad about that. One of these days, I'll get an RC four-wheel drive kit, and we'll assemble that. Ideas on sticker placement. Like it. Drive it like you built it. I will. And a great parts list as far as optional parts, and I think, what did it say, replacement parts? Yeah. Optional parts is a lot. But nice little book that you get with it. Again, I mean, you have to appreciate, for what it is, RC four-wheel drive. What a great idea. I mean, it has everything in there. Not everything. Apparently there's more dress up that you can get. I will. I want it looking mighty fine and as scale as possible. Little doodads here and there. Like those body posts. I want to get those covered up. I like the fact that it has normal size tires. See, that's why that Sin MSRT. Oh man, that little Ford fucking Ranger. What a cool little fucking RC, and a quick little bastard too. You put 3S in that, and it's quick. Such a good looking RC. And I like it. It has normal tires, not rock crawling. Oh golly, look at that. It needs some work. There's no flex. But it looks normal. It's not that's normal up there, but it's not, that's normal-ish, but that's aftermarket. That's not stock, where this is more of a stock-ish, look. That little Ford fucking Ranger, that's a stock look. Love it. I appreciate that. But this is actually apparently So yeah, the Michigan, that's like an 8 scale vehicle. I was just listening to somebody discuss this, um, but it's really freaking cool. Anyway, regardless of scale, um, it probably wouldn't look normal. Love you.
Boy made it home. Love you too.
Oh, good. Wow, that was fast.
Yep.
Um, yeah, so it wouldn't look scale, right, like that Ranger would. It's 10 scale, not 8 scale like this. It's 10 scale like this, where they would go good together. Where even the green apple up there is larger than 10th scale. So there is a scale difference. That looks really good with that, but even with that, it looks a little small compared to that. But with the green apple next to this, the green apple would seem a little out of place because it'd be too big. Scale is hard, but here we are. So the little detailing on here is fantastic. This rock sliders are plastic. The suspension is super stiff. I'm sure with this heavy body, I mean, it's pretty heavy. With that heavy body, heavy body on there, it'll help, hold it down a little bit for the flex. But she's stiff. She's really stiff. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the bolts out. I'm gonna put the fender liners on. I don't think I'm gonna go with these just yet. I forget what that's called, but that's the same kind of bumper I have on my Jeep. YJ. I just don't think I'm going to go with that yet. But I'm going to get the fender liners on. I'm going to get these installed. I like that because it covers up, any view from the side. It covers up, just covers it up. I'm going to get the battery straps installed. Battery or the body posts. We'll get those installed back here. And drive shafts. Oh, I guess they give us extra splines for the drive shaft. Maybe that's a thing. I don't know. Yep, front and rear. So, well, that's good. I'm gonna get the mirrors put on. So they give us 4. There's only 2 mirrors, so that's nice. Have a couple little backups. That's handy. We'll get those installed. I am not going to install any more springs right now. I will, that's the tool for working on the hubs. Yeah, I'm not going to install any more springs. There's actually springs, looks like there's springs for the shocks as well. I don't know what the situation in the shocks is. I don't know if they're liquid filled or, oil filled or what. There's no way you could even be able to tell with those springs on there, the leaf springs. If they are, oh yeah, they're oil filled. They're leaky. Yep, look at that. So definitely needs to be tightened up and gone over. Got leaky shocks. She's awful stiff, so we'll get this. Yeah, I think. Yeah, we're leaky all over, so we'll get the shocks tightened up. We got a lot of work to do before this one hits any trails or anything like that, but that's that is yeah. That's a great part of the hobby that I like, is tinkering with these things, messing with the toys. Most of the time, making them better than what they were when we started. Sometimes we go backwards. You see I'm getting a few more electrics than I have nitro or gas, but I got a couple of gas. I mean, those are recent too, more recent purchases. I'm not giving up on nitro. I'm just I'm expanding in the crawler type area, just because with the dogs and everything, I like to go out and find the trails, and I love to see how realistic we can get these out there looking, going along the trails, climbing over some rocks, going along the lake, getting that beautiful scenery behind them. There is, if you have done it, if you enjoy it, if you haven't done it, there's just something, whatever, special to me about crawling or taking a trail truck. This is not a crawler. This is not, this is not going to be climbing up rock ledges or Anyway, yeah. So not yet. But it's just to me it's a great part of the hobby that I appreciate. Other than the noise, and the smell of gas and nitro, it's the peacefulness and just the totally tuning out on everything except for your little vehicle. And I don't care how old you are, I'm 51, but just imagining that you're cruising along in that fucking truck, just taking it easy, or climbing over the rocks like we do in the Green Apple, but out on the trail. Lucy and I and Mimi and the dogs, we all get out there and do it, but yeah, you can get a little more dangerous in a smaller scale, little more on the edge. Uh, it's fun. I'll never stop playing. I encourage you to also play. Always, no matter what age we get, keep playing. That's what's happening here. Other than that's the weather. So we're in here playing with things, and we'll get her together, and then we'll check in and go from there. Thanks for watching.